Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, a tragic situation unfolding Sunday on Lake Travis near Austin. What we've learned about the deadly incident overnight. And later, our back-to-school team coverage continues with Max Massey stopping by at Southside High School before their first day of school. But first, it's been a brutal summer for first responders. How one nonprofit is making their mental health a top priority. That's coming up next before 6:30. And TransGuide 35 at Benton City Road. We'll be right back.
For a lot of us, everything we know is here. Everything we know we've grown up with, and it's just gone, completely gone.
Recovery efforts are underway across Maui after the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. What search and rescue crews are doing right now to speed up the search for survivors?
Outside with live cam, more of the same here in South Texas as we take a look at San Antonio International Airport. Temperatures hovering around 80 degrees. And we have something going on TransGuide right now at 90 and Medio Creek. We'll talk to RJ.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock on your Monday. It is August 14th.
Happy Monday and happy back to school for those of you starting again today. I know one of the big districts, Northeast ISD, starting this Monday morning.
Large handful of districts heading back to class today. And Justin is in for Mike. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. We know it's shorts and T-shirts to start school for the foreseeable future. It'll change at some point, but we're still very much in this stretch of heat, which has been just incredible, historic. In some cases, as we've started out August, we're 5.7 degrees above average. This is one of the hottest stretches we've ever seen in history, recorded history here in San Antonio, and the number of 100-degree days now up to 48. We'll see 100 and above again today. That's almost a for sure thing. And I had a picture for you, but that's not there. We were going to show you the Perseid meteor showers, which were beautiful over the weekend. Some people did catch those on camera before the clouds rolled in. We're seeing some clouds this morning, so we're starting off mostly cloudy, but as we head into the afternoon, 93 degrees at noontime, 97 at 1 o'clock, and we top out around 104 this afternoon. Another very hot day with mostly sunny skies. As we've been talking about, though, small chance of rain tomorrow and a bit of a pattern change as we head towards the weekend. All of it good news. We'll have more on that in just a bit. But it sounds like we have some incidents on the roadway we got to get to. Let's get it over to RJ.
Yeah, guys, we were hoping that things would clear out a little bit there on the west side, but it has not, as you can see from our TransGuide traffic camera. So I was trying to figure out what was leading to this backup because we had seen some construction there, 90 at Lackland. So now we have a reported crash there at 90 eastbound at Medio Creek, and you could see this is causing a very significant delay. So this is a little bit further back from Hunt Lane, and we'll show you our maps here in a little bit, but you can see that traffic is moving along on the shoulder there, but there on the highway part of it, yeah, just causing a big mess right now. Eastbound lanes at 90 at Medio Creek as we take a look at our maps right now. So again, this crash is actually being reported on 90 eastbound at Hunt Lane. You can see it's causing a backup here right now for our drivers in this part of the city. Now again, there's still this ongoing construction going on here up a little bit further as we head closer to downtown, and this is going on there at 90 at Lackland. So again, this is causing a major issue right now for our drivers on the west side part of town as we take one more look here. I want to show you that other camera to give you an idea of some of the construction that we've seen there. Let's see if we could find it. It is right there. So 90 at Lackland. Yeah, that's the one that we've been talking about throughout the morning. Saw these crews kind of clear out a little while ago, but they are back. And now with this crash being reported there a little bit further down the road, we have some significant backups going on there on 90 eastbound there in this area on the west side. So just keep cautious. We'll continue to follow this as we move along our 6 o'clock hour. Mark and Stephanie.
To some late breaking news, people at a Northeast Side apartment complex have started the morning by ducking bullets. San Antonio police say a shootout in a parking lot put families at risk.
Katrina Weber is live near Loop 410 and Starcrest. And Katrina, was anyone hurt?
Well, police tell us no one in any of the apartments that was hit by any bullets that came through their walls. But there was one man who was shot in the leg, someone who police believe may have been involved in this whole situation. Now, just until about 2 minutes ago, they had this entire area crisscrossed with crime scene tape. This whole area was roped off. You can still see police inside this apartment complex working. These are the Merida apartments here on Loop 410 near Starcrest. They say that this shootout took place in the parking lot. Two groups of people shooting at each other before 3 o'clock this morning. Some of the gunfire went everywhere, really, and they say some of that gunfire did go into some apartments. Thankfully, no one in the apartments was hit. But police have been searching. They've been going door to door. We've seen them going around looking for evidence, shining their flashlights on these buildings, trying to determine where that gunfire went exactly. And I've seen them on the second landing of some of these buildings going around again door to door talking to people just to make sure they didn't miss anyone who may have been hurt. As for the man who was shot, again, police believe that he may have been somehow involved in the situation that was here. He was shot in his leg and taken to a hospital by ambulance. Police say they didn't have a chance to talk to him a lot because he was in so much pain, but they definitely plan to talk to him again later on. And so far, they have not made any arrests here. Reporting live on the northeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
All right, Katrina, thank you. It's a big back-to-school week. The districts in our area going back to class today include Alamo Heights, East Central, Harlandale, Lackland, Northeast ISD, as well as Uvalde CISD, and a lot of other kids start classes tomorrow. Don't forget also today, Catholic Archdiocese schools. We accidentally left that one off the list here. But though, for a full list, go to ksat.com.
And a quick reminder, if you're sending your student back to class this week, KSAT wants to make sure that they are set up for success. So we hosted a town hall to help answer questions for parents, students, and teachers might have going into the new school year. Just head over to our website, ksat.com, to watch or learn more about what was discussed.
Top of Good Morning headlines: the wildfire in Maui, Hawaii, now considered to be the deadliest in modern U.S. history.
At least 93 people were killed, and the recovery effort is far from over.
As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, desperate families are still scrambling to find their loved ones.
This morning, the number of lives lost in what's now the nation's deadliest fire is likely to rise, with only a small portion of the structures in Lahaina searched by cadaver dogs so far.
We're going as fast as we can, but just so you know, 3%, that's what's been searched with the dogs, 3%.
LA County sending a dozen of their cadaver dogs to search through what's left of the hundreds of buildings burnt to the ground. Hundreds of people are still missing. Search and rescue teams are going door to door looking for survivors. Outside a nearby family assistance center, families holding on to hope of finding lost loved ones. Ace Yabis says he's looking for 9 of his family members.
We've been to a lot of hotels inside Lahaina, but none of them are there. So we've been to police station, we called Red Cross, anywhere that we can find them, but nothing.
And we're now seeing the harrowing video taken by survivors, some taking shelter behind the seawall, others jumping into the ocean to escape the flames.
Both sides, to the left and the right, are on fire.
19-year-old Noah Tompkinson wading in the water with his mother and younger brother for 5 hours.
We're through the worst of it. We're gonna be okay.
And Mike Caccino, who owns a dog care business in Lahaina, saw the oncoming flames and ran to the beach.
There was times where we had to leave some of the dogs up on the wall or on the water while we swam out because we couldn't hold the dogs up, plus ourselves. You know, at the very end, we were able to give them back to their parents.
But those fortunate enough to survive still bearing the pain of a community that now lies in ashes.
For a lot of us, everything we know was here. Everything we know we've grown up with, and it's just gone, completely gone.
And now the question being asked, could anything have been done to stop this tragedy? The island, home to one of the world's most comprehensive siren systems, most often used to warn of possible tsunamis, the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency confirms none were activated. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, the cost to rebuild Maui after the wildfire has now passed $6 billion. That's according to the governor, Josh Green. An assessment done by FEMA also shows damage to over 2,000 structures. The Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has also declared a public health emergency for Hawaii to address the health impacts from those wildfires.
In other headlines, the Writers Guild of America received a counter proposal from major Hollywood studios over the weekend. It says it's now evaluating that offer and expects to have a response this week. That offer comes after a strike that hit 100 days last Thursday. Late night television shows haven't aired new episodes since May, and now networks will push back fall television premieres. Both sides still remain far apart on key issues, including pay, residuals, mandatory staffing, and other employment concerns.
And before we go to break, check this out. Archaeologists have uncovered the lost remains of a village in Mexico City based on ceramics found around the site. Experts believe the village is around 1,500 years old. According to Mexico's National Institute of History and Anthropology, several remnants of the buildings were found within the settlement. 3 bodies, 1 child and 2 adults, were also discovered. Right now, 6:09, 79 degrees.
And still to come on GMSA, your household budget may soon get a breather. However, experts say it's too soon to declare victory over inflation. We're going to have a look why just before 6:30.
And after the break, it's been a brutal summer for first responders. How one nonprofit is making mental health a priority for those who serve.
And yes, temperatures have been brutal as well. Again, starting humid today and later today, triple digits for today and the rest of the week. But we're going to focus on the positive. We're going to check in with Justin about that after the break.
In a city full of history,
I think people like to have a sense of where they came from.
There are names behind every story.
I would drive around town and I'd see names, streets and parks and stuff. I said, I wonder who that guy was.
He didn't suffer fools and didn't have patience for people he didn't like.
He had a really awful, tragic death in 2006.
So they fought for 10 years.
Wednesday on the news at 6, KSAT explains the story behind San Antonio namesakes.
Maybe you never ask the question, oh, who is that park named after? But maybe someday you will.
San Antonio has recently experienced the deadliest house fire in over a decade and dozens of other fires and shootings.
So now San Antonio agencies and now nonprofits as well are stepping up to support emergency workers. Departments like the San Antonio Fire Department and San Antonio Police Department have programs in place to support their staff, but they aren't the only ones taking additional action this summer. Nonprofits like the 100 Club are stepping up to give additional resources like mental health training and counseling to those who need it. With the violence that our local heroes see on a daily basis, the 100 Club president says he is trying to provide as much support as possible.
Our first responders to see these things on a regular basis and then bring them home to their families, it's a lot of weight to bear.
Now, it hasn't been an easy summer for first responders. The 100 Club president says at least the hopes of the conversations of mental health are getting a little easier. To see how these resources can help, you can head over to our website at ksat.com.
Big traffic troubles on Highway 90 coming into town.
Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
Yeah, guys, things getting a little bit worse out there on the west side here at US 90 at Medio Creek. We do have some emergency crews that are on the scene now, but you could see there's a pretty big mess, significant backup here where this reported crash from about 15-20 minutes ago. You could see a couple of vehicles that are just basically going off on the side of the road and other vehicles being diverted off to the shoulder or to the side road there when it comes to this highway there, US 90 eastbound at Medio Creek. As we take a quick look at our maps, and we can see that this is now causing a traffic backup all the way past 1604. So again, the eastbound lanes of US 90 right now at Hunt Lane, that's where this crash is being reported. And we've also had ongoing construction here a little bit further as we head east past 410, and that's right there at US 90 at Lackland. So definitely a lot of things to keep in mind if you're headed out and about. Again, the start of school here for many school districts, so just keep this in mind if you are making your way throughout this part of town. As we go to the northeast side, you can see we do have a crash being reported on the northbound lanes at I-35 and Wiener, but again, doesn't seem to be causing much of a traffic delay at the moment. So the biggest thing that we're following right now, US 90, Medio Creek, there was a crash there, and you can see we have emergency vehicles on the scene, but traffic is being diverted off to the shoulder, and pretty busy situation there. A little bit of definitely a backup going on right now.
I just heard from somebody stuck in that mess, and it's bad right now. Really, really bad. Eastbound Highway 90. RJ, I know you'll keep us posted.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, hopefully that'll clear up with all the kiddos going back to school this morning.
It's a busy day. We know that when school starts, the roads, the traffic, it all starts to pick up. So just be aware, especially watch out for those school zones too later today. Let's first start with some statistics for you. It goes without saying this has been a very hot summer, but I think this is one of the most eye-popping statistics. 14 days so far, 105 or above. Okay, this is definitely a record. It blows out the old record of 4, which was set just last year. We got up to 104 yesterday, so we didn't get to 105, and I think we're probably around 104 today. By the way, if we get to 104, that would set another record for this day. We've set several records this summer too, just daily records. But what a summer it has been. And with that in mind, too, we got to talk about ERCOT and supply and demand. Today we're just fine, but I find it interesting. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're cutting it really close every day. That looks like there's enough supply for the demand, but we got to remember to conserve a little bit here too, because that is a little too close for comfort, in my opinion. ERCOT says we'll be okay, but just know that it is still going to be very hot, and there's still going to be a lot of need for energy there. Big picture across Texas, we got a cold front, which is slipping south. There's some rain behind it. Places like Amarillo today, looking for some fantastic weather. Out ahead of this front, where we are, a lot of heat. Still excessive heat warning stretching from San Antonio, Austin, and Houston over to parts of Louisiana and Mississippi today. 106 in Austin, 104 in San Antonio. But you see the difference this front makes. Lubbock 83, Amarillo 79. That sounds nice. Wish we could get some of that. It is not in the forecast. We do see this front slip towards San Antonio tomorrow. And yes, it does move through, but this is more or less just a push of drier air for us. We don't really get the cool down. Still going to be very hot. The one thing it does do is perhaps kick off a few showers. This is 4 p.m. tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow. And we could see a little bit of activity along that front. I think we even have a chance here in San Antonio. It's a small chance, 10%, but it is in the forecast. That's kind of the one rain chance we have in the short term. Now, as we look long term, maybe another opportunity by the end of the weekend and going into next week. 80 right now. Heat index is at 85. Southerly winds at 7 miles per hour. Clouds have rolled in. 104 in Seguin today, 104 in New Braunfels, 104 Pleasanton, 103 Hondo. Same story temperature-wise. Tropical update. We do have a bit of information here to pass along to you because we've got a couple of waves that may take shape this week way out in the Atlantic. We're expecting things to pick up. Now, one reason we haven't seen a whole lot recently is because we have a big cloud of dust, Saharan dust that's working across the Atlantic. Some of that can make it here, by the way, by next weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. But behind that, there are some waves that could start to develop in the coming days. There's a 20% chance, according to the Hurricane Center. We'll watch that. I do think things will pick up in the Atlantic here soon as we head towards peak hurricane season. High pressure slides northwest, opens the door just enough for that weak front tomorrow. Then the high pressure comes back over us. Thursday, Friday, we'll see some really hot temperatures. And then by Saturday and Sunday, this ridge actually moves north towards the Great Lakes, which does open up the door, I think, for some small rain chances and perhaps some slightly cooler weather. 103 tomorrow, 10% chance of rain. 104 Wednesday, 106 Thursday, probably our hottest day. And then notice we put in a very small chance Sunday. We'll see what happens next week with this high moving out of the way. We'll see what happens with A, temperatures, and B, rain chances. We'll keep you posted.
A little change could make a big difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Woohoo, 102.
Love it.
Yeah. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice lattes right around the corner. 6:20, pick an hour mark. 6:20, 79 degrees.
And just ahead, the 13-year-old who fell off a cliff at the Grand Canyon last week is speaking out about how he survived. That's next in your GMA First Look.
My husband and I have never been more active.
Shingles doesn't care.
I go to spin classes with my coworkers.
Good for you. Shingles doesn't care. Because no matter how healthy you feel, your risk of shingles sharply increases after age 50. But Shingrix protects. Proven over 90% effective, Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk of Guillain-Barré syndrome was observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, and upset stomach. Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Shingrix is now $0 for almost everyone. Ask your doctor about Shingrix today.
We apologize for the technical difficulty. We'll try to work that situation out. With your morning consumer headlines, AI is helping with wildfires. California is using artificial intelligence to detect the fires before they spread. The program takes in feeds from more than 1,000 rotating cameras AI uses the images to identify abnormalities within the videos.
And a significantly revamped Apple Watch is reportedly in the works. Bloomberg says Apple is planning a major redesign with a magnetic watch band attachment to shrink the watch itself. So Apple is also expected to have a brighter micro LED screen and a new blood pressure sensor rolling out as early as next year.
Looking ahead, U.S. household budgets may get a breather soon. And while it's too soon to declare victory over inflation, many experts believe things are headed in the right direction. And the Fed may hold interest rates steady next month. The average U.S. family spent about $700 more in July compared to 2 years ago to buy the same stuff, according to Moody's Analytics. The main cause is still high inflation.
And the time now, 6:26 and 79 degrees for now.
Still ahead at 6:30, a tragic situation unfolding Sunday near Austin. What we've learned about the deadly incident overnight.
And the city of San Antonio's proposed budget is just under $4 billion this year. How you can make your voice heard on how it's spent.
And checking TransGuide, here's our big problem. Eastbound 90 at Medio Creek, generally the Lackland area. And right now it looks like maybe only one lane is getting by, if that. Big problems and a big backup, especially when you factor in back to school traffic. To some late breaking news, two groups of people may have put a whole apartment building in danger. San Antonio police say those people were shooting at each other in the parking lot of an apartment complex near 410 and Starcrest.
Katrina Weber is there live. And Katrina, have they made any arrests?
No, as far as we know, they have not arrested anyone. In fact, police is still going around here talking to people at this apartment complex. These are the Marita apartments off of Loop 410 and Starcrest, and this is where that shootout happened, just beyond these gates. Let me give you a look at the video, though, so you can see how police had this entire area roped off with crime scene tape. It was crisscrossing the whole front of this apartment complex. This happened sometime around 3 o'clock this morning. Police say for some reason, they don't know why, two groups of people started shooting at each other. One man involved in that was hit in the leg and taken to a hospital, but police say the buildings here were in the line of fire, and at least a couple of apartments did get hit with some of that gunfire. No one inside the apartments was hurt, so that's the good thing, but police say that this definitely put a lot of people in danger. They plan to talk to the man who was shot in his leg as soon as he is out of surgery to see if they can figure out who may have been responsible for the trouble here this morning. Reporting live on the northeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
All right, Katrina, thank you very much. Your other news headlines are coming up. Good morning to you. It is Monday. It is August 14th.
And back to school for many of our kiddos out there. And if you are, going to school today, be prepared to deal with the heat. So pack an extra bottle of water if you can.
And it should be noted, we are seeing heavier traffic this morning. Yes. Quite a few more folks are coming up on their morning commute. It's definitely stacking up. We're going to talk to RJ about that in just a sec.
Yeah, weather-wise, as we get into the fall, we tend to get the variable temperatures. People tune in the mornings when they're headed to school to see what to wear. This is not that. We still have several weeks left of where we're still going to see these hot temperatures. Weather where you live this morning, 80 degrees here in San Antonio. Southerly winds at about 7, feels like 85. Bernie 72, not a heat index there. 78 in Seguin feels like 82, so it's still pretty warm and muggy. We've got some clouds here and there. It's going to be another hot day, but there is a frontal boundary that is stretching across the country and actually moving into Texas. Look at Amarillo, 64 degrees this morning, 71 in Lubbock, but out ahead of it, still a lot of 80s. We're still going to see triple digits here in San Antonio today. Your back to school forecast as you head out the door this morning. Yeah, temperatures close to 80, and then this afternoon we're at 104. These are not passing grades, not what we want to see. But as we've been saying throughout the morning, there are some glimmers of hope here. Small rain chance tomorrow, and maybe another one coming up late in the weekend, and maybe, just maybe, some cooler temperatures next week too. We'll talk all about it coming up here in just a few minutes, but major issues on the roadways this morning. Let's go over to RJ for the latest.
Yeah, rough start to the week for our drivers on the west side as we take a look at the latest here with this accident. US 90 eastbound at Medio Creek, and you could see that we do have some wreckers, some towing trucks there to kind of hopefully clear out this accident here. I was told that it was a single vehicle crash right now, but as you can see, it is causing a major major mess. We have traffic slowly kind of trickling through one lane there on the far left. But as you can see, this is causing all sorts of backups and delays right now. Even off to the access roads, traffic is backed up significantly in this area. Again, US 90 eastbound at Medio Creek. That's what we're looking at. Now, this crash is actually being reported on Hunt Lane. So that was the TransGuide traffic camera we were looking at. But I wanted to see how far back, see how much of a delay this is causing. So we have a 4-mile backup right now past 1604. You can see us all the way over here past 1604. This is a Grossenbacher Road. So if you are living in this area, maybe just think of some other ways to sort of get around of this major mess right now. And this also includes some construction that we were seeing there a little bit closer to the Lackland area. So again, this is causing a major issue right now. As we take a look at the rest of the city, traffic thankfully moving along pretty smooth throughout the other parts of our areas. You can see a lot of green on our screen. Again, the biggest thing right now there is on the west side. As we take one more look at TransGuide traffic cameras, US 90 eastbound at Medio Creek, we have multiple lanes blocked. One lane here to the far left is getting through, but again, this is a major backup right now, and we will continue to follow the very latest as we move along the rest of our 6 o'clock hour. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, investigators think an electrical malfunction is likely to be blamed for a fire at a home on the city's south side. Started earlier this morning, a little after 1, at a home on East Mitchell Street. That's not far from Roosevelt Avenue. Firefighters say the fire started in a detached garage and then spread to the home in front of it. The 3 people inside the home got out safely. This morning, San Antonio police still haven't found the person responsible for shooting and killing a woman outside a downtown gas station this weekend. The Bexar County Medical Examiner says 34-year-old Deanna Mason was shot in the head and chest outside of Valero in the 900 block of West Hildebrand on Saturday. San Antonio police say she and the male suspect who were shot were riding in the same car when they got to the gas station. If you know anything about this incident, you're to call Crime Stoppers immediately.
Over in Austin, several people are injured and a teen is missing after a boat crash yesterday afternoon. Austin Travis County EMS is calling the situation a mass casualty event. 6 people got hurt when that boat crashed into the shore of Lake Austin, and several people on the boat suffered serious injuries. Now, what started as a rescue mission is now a recovery mission as the search for that missing teen continued into the overnight hours.
Back here at home, a San Antonio car wash had some damage after it caught fire. It happened last night. The car wash attached to an Exxon at the corner of East South Cross and New Braunfels. Several fire units were able to put out that fire quickly. No one was hurt, and now investigators are trying to figure out how it started. Well, it's a big back-to-school week. The districts in our area going back to class today include Alamo Heights, East Central, Harlandale, Lackland, Northeast ISD, as well as Uvalde CISD. Archdiocese of San Antonio Catholic schools are also back today. A lot of other kids start class tomorrow, so see the full list. To see the full list, rather, go to our website at ksat.com. Meanwhile, school districts across the state are facing a teacher shortage, and while some districts are looking at creative ways to get educators into the classroom.
Officials at Southside ISD say they are almost fully staffed. And Max Massey joins us from Southside High School with a look at the district's strategy.
Good morning, guys. We are here at one of my favorite places of any school, a cafeteria. So, big changes coming to the South Side when it comes to food this year. Randy joining me again. Randy, what can families expect?
Well, the good news is that all of the students here at Southside ISD, the more than 6,000 students here, can eat free breakfast, lunch, and supper. And so some of the meals include pancakes, breakfast tacos, yogurt parfaits, burritos, hamburgers, pizza. All of that is free for our students. Oh, green enchiladas, can't forget that. So all of our students eat meals for free, and we're very proud about that.
We talked about the nutritional standards. What you're saying is delicious, but what about the nutrition of the students?
Sure. So nutritional standards, we abide by the federal government standards for nutrition, that all of our children are eating good and healthy meals. So it's good, and if they need seconds, well, they'll have to check with their campus about that.
Fantastic. Now, one of the things that I think is so interesting about Southside is the slushie situation. Now, we talked about it before, but they're actually healthy slushies, right?
We have healthy slushies at our secondary campuses. The students can get those, and they're made out of fresh fruit. So they're very good, nutritional, mango, grape. That sounds good right now.
All right, Randy, thank you so much. So, guys, we're here at Southside throughout the morning. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully, I can get a snack out of this. Back to you.
Thank you, Max. And a quick reminder, if you are sending your student back to class this week, KSAT wants to make sure they're set up for success. So we hosted a town hall to help answer questions parents, students, and teachers might have going into the school year. So you can head over to our website at ksat.com to watch or learn more about what was discussed.
639, 79 degrees.
And just ahead, the city of San Antonio's proposed budget is just under $4 billion this year. How you can get involved with how it's spent in just moments.
Welcome back. 642 traffic coming up and still big problems over on the west side. Well, the city of San Antonio is expected to grow its budget to $3.7 billion this year.
And that's a 9% jump up from last year. And there's still time to have your voice heard before that budget gets finalized.
City Manager Eric Walsh joined Leading SA this weekend to explain the process and how to get involved.
City Manager Eric Walsh joined us. We talked about a lot. We talked about what goes into the budget. We talked about some of those key items that we're seeing huge increases with. We talked about the police department budget, that huge increase. We talked about ACS, Animal Care Services, a 26% budget increase. And we talked about planning for the continued population growth here in San Antonio. As we see the Alamo City not only growing upward but outward, how does the city of San Antonio, how do we prepare for that? Here's a little bit of our conversation.
How we plan for that, Max, you have to plan for it, right? Both from a financial standpoint, but also from an execution standpoint. The work we're doing out at the airport and the new expansion, the implementation of the 2022 bond, making sure that we are laying the work out over the next 3 to 5 years that needs to be done, because we can't do it all in 1 year. But more importantly, making sure we have the resources and we're making the smart financial decisions as a city to be able to continue to afford and be thoughtful about how we spend that money. The balancing act is doing that from a growing community, but then also maintaining what we have.
You can check out the full discussion right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of ksat.com. We have Leading SA every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So, guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Well, we haven't seen this in a little while, and that is back to school traffic, an accident, and it's a recipe for disaster over on the west side.
Yeah, big problems there on Highway 90. Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
Yeah, you guys just said it, and it seems to be getting a little bit worse as we make our way through 6 o'clock hour here. You're looking at US 90 at Medio Creek, and right now TransGuide, they basically zoomed out, and you could just see the scale of how far back this crash here right there on Medio Creek is causing some issues. It is backed up significantly. We'll take a look at the maps here in just a little bit, but we've also seen a few cars here kind of dart back and forth from the median. So just be careful if you're doing this. There's still obviously crews that are trying to clear out this accident. So just be mindful that there are individuals that are out of their vehicles making their way, trying to clear this out and work on this wreck. We know it's a frustrating situation, but right now you can see that traffic is essentially at a standstill right there. US 90 at Medio Creek. There was some traffic kind of trickling through a little bit earlier, but now we see just a sea of lights here and things not looking great. So as we mentioned our maps, and again, I did this this measurement about 15 minutes ago, and we were looking at a 4-mile backup. And it looks like it's even gotten worse. So this is by far past 1604 at the moment. Again, the eastbound lanes there at Hunt Lane, that's where this crash is being reported. We just saw the TransGuide traffic camera there at Medio Creek. So this is causing some major issues. Again, if you're headed out in this area, just be mindful of this. Try and take some alternate routes to make your way in or around. There was also some ongoing construction there a little bit earlier near Lackland. So there's been just a lot of issues right now in this part of the city. As we take a look at our citywide map right now, traffic moving pretty good along the rest of the area. So that is good news. A lot of school districts obviously starting things up for back to school, getting the kids ready to go. Just be mindful if you see school buses outside or on the roads there, and especially the kiddos making their way out to those bus stops. But want to reiterate again, just, this is frustrating, but try not to cross over the median there. That's never a good idea, and makes it dangerous for a lot of drivers out there.
I guess one of the big detours you could go north on 1604 and just come across 151
You
instead.
can do that. Yes, you can do that. Again, the construction there at Lackland was also causing a little bit of a backup, but yeah, that's definitely something you can do.
You're right. We did see that before this incident even popped up this morning. But yeah, your cautionary tale about crossing the median should be heeded.
Absolutely.
RJ, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, the good news is that it's first day of school. If you're stuck in that traffic, it's first day of school. Maybe they don't count tardies today. Like maybe you.
Hopefully not.
That doesn't go for the bosses though.
But the anxiety of being there late on the first day. So good luck to you guys.
Yes, we wish everyone who's going back to school today a great first day. It is going to be a hot one. I know that comes as no surprise to you. What a month it has been. 102 to start the month, and then we basically almost went up from there. We had several days where we were at 105, 106. We are way above average. If we were to end August today, we would definitely go in the record books as the hottest August on record. We'll see how the end of the month ends up. I'm hoping it gets cooler, but it has been quite a stretch. And today we are going to be above 100 really all the way through the weekend. I think we're still above 100. We have 48 days of 100 or above, and we'll be adding to that. Here's the setup. There's a frontal boundary, an actual front. It's been a while since we've been able to talk about that. This front sits across North Texas right now. There are some showers and storms along that boundary. The question is, does it sink south to San Antonio? It actually does, okay, but by the time it makes it down here, it's very weak. Doesn't really have an impact on temperatures, but it may be enough to scare up a shower or storm tomorrow. In the meantime, out ahead of it, we're still going to get a lot of heat today. So excessive heat warning stretch from San Antonio and points eastward. 105 in Del Rio today, 106 Laredo, 104 here in San Antonio. North of that front, you got 70s and 80s. That's incredible. One of these days we'll get there, but not anytime soon. Here comes that front tomorrow, as I said. It will bring in some slightly drier air, and then along the boundary, we can get a couple of showers or storms to pop up. Right now, we have it at a 10% chance for us here in San Antonio. So the odds are very low, but at least they are there. That's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then everything will die down by 8 p.m. on your Tuesday. Rainfall, we need it in a bad way. 1.08 since June 1st. We're about 5 1/4 inches below average since June 1st, and for the year 12.92, we're about 6 inches below average in that regard as well. And our rain chances this week, just that 10% chance on Tuesday and a 10% chance on Sunday, but at least we have been able to add these in. And I think as we get late into the weekend, we do start to see a little bit of a pattern shift. Clouds, we have some earlier, those have since moved out, so 80 degrees and mostly clear right now. Southerly winds at 7, heat index is at 85. Our forecast today, 83 at 9 o'clock. By noontime, we're at 93, and then we're pushing 100 degrees by 2 o'clock, up to around 104 for a high today, which if we get there, by the way, would be a record, or at least it would tie a record for this day. Long-term forecast here, high pressure scoots off to the north and west. That's what opens the door for that weak frontal boundary tomorrow. And then the high scoots back towards us Thursday and Friday. So those are our hot days. Then it's beyond that where we have some hope. This thing starts to move north towards the Chicago area, away from us. That should open up the door a little bit for maybe some disturbances to roll in. We've put in a small chance on Sunday, and I think temperatures will come down ever so slightly. So here it is in the 7-day forecast. 103 tomorrow, that small chance of rain. 104 Wednesday, 106 Thursday, our hottest day. Then we'll start to bring temperatures down a little bit. 10% chance on Sunday, still above 100, but we'll see what happens next week. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm hopeful too.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, Justin.
650, 79 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next on Good Morning America.
I'm Micah Jachi, and we are rising and shining from the great city of Detroit, Michigan. Coming up, we're going to show you some Motown, some amazing pizza, and of course, one of the best ways to get around the city.
Looking out there with live cams, still humid out there, and yes, we're hitting triple digits today and the rest of the week, but we're going to focus on the glimmers of hope that Justin just announced, and that's a few degrees cooler and a 10% chance of rain late in the week. We'll take it. We'll be right back. And welcome back at 6:54. So we're now 2 weeks away from the second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic. So Antonian, Holy Cross, Southside, Somerset, Jefferson, Uvalde, O'Connor, and Brandeis all taking part in the two-day event. It begins on Friday night, that is August 25th, and then our triple header is Saturday, August 26th.
So now's the time to get your tickets if you haven't already got them for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. They're on sale. You can find a link on KSAT.com. All these games taking place inside the Dome. And if you're not a KSAT insider, make sure you sign up so you can get the best seats in the house along with other perks. Just look for the story on our website.
And things look even worse out there at Highway 90 at Meadow Creek. Let's check back with RJ.
Yeah, guys, traffic definitely building in this area. It looks like crews are doing some good work here, clearing out this accident. But now it's just see a sea of traffic lights here, headlights here as we look at US 90 eastbound at Meadow Creek. And as we were talking about earlier, there's ongoing construction going on at 90 at Lackland. So that is probably causing or adding to some of these delays right now. So earlier today, we had the eastbound lanes there, 90 at Lackland, that were closed down. So this is something that we will continue to follow throughout the rest of the morning as we take one more look here at our TransGuide traffic camera at 90 at Meadow Creek. Things not looking great out there, but again, crews are doing some good work kind of clearing out. So hopefully in the next 15-30 minutes, we get this traffic flowing a little bit smoother in this area. Justin?
Thank you, sir. We did fall below 80 degrees this morning, which is nice. We're at 79 right now. Noontime, we're up to 93, though, mostly sunny. And a high temperature today of 104. If we get there, that would tie a record for the day. And we'll see temperatures still in the 90s, even at 8 o'clock. Extended forecast, more of the same, but we did add in a small rain chance Tuesday, another one on Sunday. Not great opportunities, but at least they're there. And shout out to all the kids heading back to school today.
Yes.
Absolutely. We hope you guys have a great day and a great year.
Yeah, good luck, and we'll see you back here at 9.
Traffic updates throughout Good Morning America.